Hello, ladies and gentlemen, it's Michael Fletcher, and welcome to a very unique and interesting evening that this has turned out to be nonetheless. It's been a bad night, guys. Major technical difficulties on YouTube Live. It cost us, we were gonna try to do the show live, but it looks like the powers to be will not let that happen, so unfortunately, we do have to, basically, we are gonna do a special, cut of the Cerebral Smack Talk. I am Michael Fletcher alongside Anthony Florio, and we are gonna bring in Michael Bullock in just a matter of moments. Let me just try to bring, Mike Bullock to the party. And hopefully we'll get him in just a matter of moments. Let's see if he'll answer. So while we're So while we're waiting for Michael Bullock, we're gonna get right into to SmackDown Live, which was tonight. And we started it off, guys, with a very special segment at Columbia, South Carolina, and it was at the Colonial Life Arena, as it started off with a contract signing for the WWE SmackDown Women's title, Becky Lynch and Alexa Bliss. I thought this was a very solid segment. I really enjoyed how both ladies really did I thought they did a fine job with the way that they started the show. Solid enough. I loved it. Anthony, what says you? What did you think about the segment while I try to get Bullock in here?
Yes, indeed. Hello, friends. It's ridiculously over. Anthony Florio here. It's not been our night here tonight. It's a damn shame about what happened with the YouTube Live and the whole 9 yards. And, all right, we got Michael Bullock in, so that's good news. Hopefully we can get Bullock to get rid of the camera there. But nonetheless,
hold on a second.
Yeah, there we go. Anywho, like I said, like we said, it was a good segment. I'll be real honest with you. It was a good segment. Bullock and I definitely had a bit of fun. Michael Bullock and I did a SmackDown chat tonight, and we kind of enjoyed this for the most part. Some good banter from both ladies, and I definitely liked how it turned out, and I really don't know what else there is to say. Just bear with me for a minute while I pull up my quick liner notes that I had on this. This delay really messed things up, but not a Mets fault at all. It was the site's fault. I like the verbal exchange, but nobody really came out of it looking like a babyface. There's still something a bit unnatural about Alexa's delivery. But she's getting better, and I'm looking forward to a good match between these two on Sunday. And oh, by the way, we got a stipulation for this match. Oh, do we have a stipulation for this match? And Bullock and I, we talked about it after we saw this. We said going into this, we said, oh, this ain't like JBL would always say on commentary at times, this does not end well. And it did not end well. And Becky pulled the covering off of the table, and then that's when the light bulb went off. Not just in my head, but Bullock's head too. And then we started thinking to ourselves, "Oh my goodness, they're gonna book it in a tables match. You watch, they're gonna make it a tables fight." Hey, they were crazy enough to put Charlotte and Sasha Banks inside Hell in a Cell, for goodness sakes. So surely they can put Becky Lynch and Alexa Bliss in a tables match for the SmackDown Women's Championship, right? Oh, yes, we're right. It's on. It's on like Donkey Kong. And Mauro Ranallo even said it on commentary. It's on like Donkey Kong. Tonight, it was made official. Becky Lynch defend the SmackDown Women's Championship at TLC against Alexa Bliss in a tables match. Now, it's been done before. TLC 2010. It was a tag team, a women's tag team match. Cool, Michelle McCool and Layla. They went up against Natalya and Beth Phoenix in a tag team tables match. So it's been done before with the ladies. First time since then. Now we get a straight up one-on-one. One of the hottest feuds on SmackDown Live. We'll get into the other one, but my goodness, I mean, solid way to start the show. And I don't know what else there is to say except Michael Bullock. Let's get your thoughts now on that opening contract signing with Lynch and Bliss.
All right. Yeah, I'm here. I just had to unmute my mic. So, yeah, I agree. I think this was definitely a solid segment to start off SmackDown Live. And when Florio and I, we heard this was going to be a contract signing, we were like, oh boy, this is not going to end well, as contract signings always are. And lo and behold, that was the case right here. And the two ladies, I liked the verbal jab that they had, and the brawl they had afterwards. And as soon as Becky Lynch pulled off the cover on the table, we were like, oh no, is she gonna put Alexa Bliss through the table? Well, she tried, but unfortunately, it was Alexa Bliss who put Becky Lynch through the table, and now, of course, excuse me. I mean, as soon as we saw that happen, we were both saying to ourselves, they got to make this a tables match. They got to make this a tables match, and now it's on. Becky Lynch, Alexa Bliss for the SmackDown Women's title in a tables match. I mean, WWE was crazy enough to put Charlotte and Sasha Banks inside Hell in a Cell. Well, why not put them in the tables match? And now it's going to happen. And like you said, this is not the first time they've done this, because we had that tag team tables match with Beth Phoenix and Natalya against Cool. So it's been done before. So we'll see what happens with this. But a very good segment to start off SmackDown Live. So with that being said, Fletch, let's move on to our first matchup on the night.
All right. If you guys can hear me, the first fight of the night that we did have on this show was a tag team fight. It was Baron Corbin and The Miz going up against Dolph Ziggler and Kalisto, and the fight was thrown out due to a disqualification. The winners of the bout was Dolph Ziggler and Kalisto when Baron Corbin grabbed the steel chair and absolutely plastered Kalisto right in the back. I mean, did you hear the shot? Oh my God, that was a violent shot. Anthony Florio, you lead off.
2 to 2.25 stars. I got to be honest. This didn't really feel hot to send both of these matches home for TLC. The Miz and Ziggler is set to be their final match, and it's not getting any blow-off type of build. I think they peaked a bit early with the retirement stipulation, and they haven't been able to recapture the magic from a story standpoint. And the other feud is just there, if I'm being real honest with you. So, I mean, what else do you want me to say? It was only an 8-minute bout, anywho. So, I'll say third best fight of the night. It was solid for what it was, but the DQ killed it. And the best part of the whole match for me was, and Bullock, you know where I'm going with this, because we had fun during our chat tonight. Mauro Ranallo on commentary. Tope suicida. What else is there to say? Bullock,
Oh boy, we certainly had a lot of fun with that when Mauro Ranallo did that, and I know Anthony Florio was smiling he had that Cheshire grin on his face when Mauro Ranallo did that. So as far as the match goes,
I'll say like this real quick. let me just say it like this real quick. When it comes to that tope suicida, it's one thing when Mauro Ranallo does it, but it's another thing when good old MF does it as well. You should hear MF do a tope suicida. He did it one time. One time when we did a SmackDown chat, he let out a tope suicida, and I got goosies, man. All right, Bullet, go ahead.
Yes. I'm going to give it about 2 stars as my rating on the match. Yeah, I mean, the match I thought was fine for what it was, but I mean, I did not like the DQ finish, but it did set a tone for, of course, the match with Kalisto and Baron Corbin in their chairs match, but of course Baron Corbin using the chairs, but all in all, I mean, the match was good for what it was, so 2 stars is my rating, so Fletch, it's yours.
All right, guys, and then we're going to move on to the next part of the night where this was actually a segment that was done, I guess you could say, at the entranceway. It was Carmella, once again, mocking, poking fun at Nikki Bella. Well, Nikki had enough. She went after her. We had ourselves a little bit of a cat fight, and yes, I'll let Michael Bullock do the Joey Styles cat fight when he gets to do it. So Bullock, I'm going to give it to you, my friend. What did you think about that segment?
This was a good segment here, another good one here, and boy, I mean, Carmella, I mean, what can you say about her? I mean, she's really looked good as a here, and all I can say is, man, I mean, she went there again. She went there where no one is supposed to go. She was poking fun at Nikki Bella's boyfriend, John Cena, saying that, you know what, I'm gonna basically say, you know what, Cena, why don't you watch the TLC pay-per-view, and what I do to your girlfriend, especially when it's no disqualification, when I take there, and, well, I'm not going to go there with what she said. It's a little too much for me to when it comes to that. And then she said that she was going to rearrange Nikki Bella's face to the point that Cena won't even recognize her. And boy, oh boy, Nikki Bella had heard enough. She stormed right out of there, right out of the locker room, and it was a good old-fashioned, get fight! And it was on, and oh man, I enjoyed the brawl between the two, and this was a side of Nikki Bella that we have never seen during her time. And I mean, she showed a vicious side that I don't think we ever saw in the WWE. And I mean, that's how you build as you would like to say, storyline progression. And this is why SmackDown Live is better with the storyline progression. And yeah, so really looking forward to this. I think this will definitely be the blow off. And so great segment here. Great job by both women. Fletcher, do I pass it on to you?
You pass it on to Florio. It's Florio's. Tony,
all right.
Go ahead.
Florio, it is yours, my man.
All right. Yes, very good segment indeed. Another solid segment here. I gotta say this was the best one I've seen yet. I mean, I can make an argument that this was another segment of the night candidate for sure. I mean, anytime you go there, it's always a good thing. And that's exactly what Carmella did. I mean, and they had a nice physical brawl, and it fits well into what they're going to have Sunday night, which is a no disqualification match. So, very good segment, very enjoyable. I mean, I'm not going to say it was the segment of the night. I'm not going to go that far, but I will say it was one of the bright spots of the evening. So, well done, ladies, and I got to say Carmella was the star of that segment. Well done, young lady. That's all I can say about that. The immortal words of her boyfriend, Big Cass. Let's move on.
All right. Well,
even though her entrance music is something else to be left to think about.
Oh yeah, that's gotta go. I mean, that can get in your head. Give me a break. Move on.
Well, hey, that was the theme she had going into to NXT. They kept it in WWE. I know, but sometimes the powers to be, they could always change up music. I mean, you remember Sheamus had a number of different themes before they settled on one with him. So I mean, guys, we'll wait and see what happens. All right, guys. So let's just move on to the next segment of the night, which was actually the Dean Ambrose Insane Asylum. He's back, this time with James Ellsworth, interrupted by the phenomenal AJ Styles, and oh my word. Alright, good thing I'm leading this off. Good segment. I liked it. I liked the interaction with everybody that was in there, but the biggest takeaway was AJ Styles style clashed James Ellsworth and basically put him out, left him for dead. They carried him out and everything else, and I loved how the WWE commentary crew, Mauro Ranallo and David Otunga, were really concerned. JBL was celebrating. This would have been, I'm going to say, if we were doing live commentary, Bullock and myself would be so worried about James Ellsworth. Florio would probably go absolutely ballistic, man. He probably would have been like, good, that little punk got what he deserved. Something in that kind of variation. It was really good. I liked it. And now we're going to see a more aggressive Dean Ambrose. Ambrose has been, funny, not, fun, trying to play jokes, and everything else. Now his buddy just got taken out by AJ Styles. Now it's just got serious. Let's see how that plays out in the TLC fight on Sunday night, how that is going to look. I can't wait to see it. I think it's going to be really good. Florio, what says you?
What says me is that was the segment of the night right there.
I agree.
Well done.
I agree.
It may not have been their best verbal outing, but taken as a package, this was a satisfying final chapter of the build. Ambrose had been joking around for so long that he needed a reminder of how dangerous Styles really is. And Styles was desperate for credibility after getting punked out for several weeks waiting to get through Survivor Series heading into TLC. The Styles clash looked safe, and Ellsworth sold very well if anyone was worried. So, it was great to see the Ambrose Asylum back. It's been forever and a day since we've seen it. A reupholstered carpet, I guess. The sign was there. The only thing was missing, of course, was Mitch, but Mitch is obviously RIP, so that would have made that even better. But other than that, though, like I said, segment of the night, I already said my piece on it. When it comes to TLC, there's no question about it. Ambrose and Styles, TLC, WWE World Championship, that's going to steal the show. Miz and Ziggler is probably going to be the closest to overtaking it, but based on their past body of work. But for right now, Styles and Ambrose looks to be the fight of the night come Sunday night. That's just my thoughts. So, segment of the night, well done, guys. And AJ Styles, that was the most vicious I've seen AJ Styles since the days of TNA and Fortune 4. I'll throw it up. Bullock, what says you?
Yeah, this was definitely the segment of the night here, no doubt about it. I like the verbal jab from both AJ Styles and Dean Ambrose, and yeah, AJ Styles showed a side that he showed a vicious side. Especially after the last few weeks where he's been getting punked out by, not punked out, but losing to James Ellsworth, and basically finally had enough, and first took out Dean Ambrose and then turned his attention to James Ellsworth, and the Styles clash, that was probably one of the most vicious Styles clash I've ever seen, where he did it from where Styles did it from the steel steps and round to the floor. So yeah, James Ellsworth's definitely not going to be there come Sunday, but I do agree. Ambrose and Styles is definitely going to be the fight of the night, no doubt about it. So, segment of the night, let's move on.
All right, guys. If you guys want to talk about it, we can. If you don't, then we'll leave this one alone. Luke Harper one-on-one with Kane. Kane does get the victory here. Fellas, what do you want to do?
No, let's talk about it.
All right, fair enough. Anthony Florio, you lead off.
Good. I wanted to lead off anyway. That was good. Second best fight of the night for me. 2.5 stars is my rating for it. I mean, I thought the action was very solid for the most part. I know there were some who didn't like it. I get it, whatever. But, yeah, I mean, Kane winning again, going over. And I have some breaking news I want to share with you, gentlemen, if it's okay.
Please, the floor is
big
yours.
News coming out of 205 Live. Gentlemen, we got a new Cruiserweight champion. Rich Swann has made history tonight. Rich Swann has just defeated the Brian Kendrick. Rich Swann is your new WWE Cruiserweight champion. Monday night, I'll give you my thoughts on it. Michael Bullock, how do you follow that, Mike?
Wow.
I'll tell you what I could do. I can dance away like Rich Swann could.
Oh my goodness, I can't believe it.
Man.
Wow. Holy cow. You know what? I'm going to say it. We've had a pretty lousy night with all the technical issues. That just made my night. That just made this show. This is awesome. I can't believe it. A new champion crowned. And go figure.
I called it.
You not only called it, but think about this. This was recorded after SmackDown because SmackDown Live was still going on. This was recorded at SmackDown Live. So this was actually on SmackDown tonight. And go figure, a new champion crowned. Oh my God.
What do you think of
Wow.
that?
My mind's blown right now.
Unreal.
My mind is blown right now. I'm in a state of shock right now. I can't believe it. We got a new champion.
Unbelievable.
Rich Swann is the Cruiserweight champion of the world. And why the hell did SmackDown not get this? Oh. Maybe that might be the shot in the arm Monday Night Raw needs. That might be the shot in the arm Raw might just have gotten. To have Rich Swann be the new champion, that might be the shot that might get them back in this division. All right, Bullet, go ahead. It's yours.
All right, man, that is a shocker. Rich Swann, the new Cruiserweight champion. I really hope that this is the shot in the arm that the Cruiserweight division on Raw really needs, because you all know how I feel about the Cruiserweight division. I've been boycotting it, and I'll say this right now. I'll give it about maybe a week, and if it does start getting better,
will the boycott
I think
end?
I'll start jumping back on. Huh?
Will the boycott end?
Yes, I'm saying this right now. The boycott will end if it's a sign of things to come for better things. But
well, there it is.
If it goes back downhill, the boycott will still be on.
All right. Well,
That's
you
all I'm
heard
gonna say on
it, folks. You heard it right here on Cerebral Smack Talk. Michael Bullock has hinted he might be on the verge of ending the boycott on his disdain of the Cruiserweight division. But he's given it a 1-week reprieve to wait and see. He's got a holding pattern. If it works, we'll go from there. All right, Bullock, let's talk. It was about, let's see, Kane and, while we were getting sidetracked after all the stuff that happened, yeah, Kane and Luke Harper, go ahead, it's yours.
Yeah, I'm going to give it 2.5 stars as well. I mean, I thought this was going to be, I thought it was really going to be that impressive of a match, but hey, I mean, I got to give credit to both Kane and Luke Harper. I mean, they both put on a really good match, and I mean, I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it for what it was. So, 2.5 stars is my rating. So, Fletch, let's move on.
Well, there's nothing else to talk about. We're going to go into the main event of the evening. It was for the number one contendership for the WWE SmackDown Tag Team titles, and it was the American Alpha versus the Wyatt Family, Bray Wyatt and Randy Orton, the winners of the bout, and the number one contenders for the WWE SmackDown Tag Team Championship, the team that will go up against, against Heath Slater and Rhino at the pay-per-view at TLC. It's the Wyatts. All right, Michael Bullock, you lead off.
All right, 3 to 3.25 stars is my rating on this main event, and this was the fight of the night, no doubt about it. And yeah, I mean, I liked the match. I was entertained and loved the body of work from both men, and especially the American Alpha. But in the end, we got a little surprised. Luke Harper was at ringside, and he played a role where he pulled Bray Wyatt from the corner, hit Sister Abigail, 1, 2, 3. The Wyatts and Bray Wyatt and Randy Orton are now the number one contenders for the SmackDown Live Tag Team Championships, and yeah, I'm going on the record of saying this right now. Bray Wyatt and Randy Orton are going to be your next tag team champions. There's no question about it in my mind. Yeah, great match here. Solid way to close out SmackDown Live. So, Fletch, it's yours.
Yes, indeed. I got nothing more to say about it. 3.5 stars is my rating. This was indeed, I believe, was the fight of the night. Great match, great action all the way around. Congratulations to Randy Orton and to Bray Wyatt for being the number one contenders, and I agree with Michael Bullock. I think you're looking at the next tag team champions of SmackDown. Anthony Florio, it's all yours.
3.25 to 3.5 stars. I do agree it was the fight of the night. I mean, and Bullock, I made this point during our chat as well, and I know you'll back me up on it. Always do. Give it up for Chad Gable, man. Chad Gable is a fighter. I mean, this young man takes. I mean,
oh yeah, he gets the piss beat out of him most of the times during that match. I mean, especially with that superplex that he took from the top rope from Randy Orton. I'm like, man, I'm really feeling bad for this kid that's getting the crap beat out of him.
Yeah, Chad Gable, man. You want to talk about Reddy, Willing, and Gable? That's what it's all about. Chad Gable takes the brunt of the work. I mean, he gets more of the work than Jordan does, and this guy, man, just gets the tar beat out of him. I mean, in all these matches, and yet, I mean, he's got the heart of a champion. He's got the heart of a fighter. And I have so much respect for that young man. Not just for what he did for our country in the Olympics years ago, but especially the effort he put forth tonight. And that alone is what made this the fight out tonight. I mean, and now you got Wyatt and Orton going up against Slater and Rhino for the SmackDown Live Tag Team Championship Sunday night at TLC. And how about the ending of the bout? Or I should say afterwards, we had a backstage moment. Dasha Fuentes was interviewing the tag champions, and then AJ Styles comes in. And AJ Styles and Rhino, MF, you should know, AJ Styles and Rhino, they have a history. TNA. Do I even need to bring up the most dangerous match in that company's history? Elevation X.
Oh my God.
I remember it.
Oh yeah.
MF and I know all about Elevation X. Bullock doesn't know a thing about it. Bullock, you gotta watch it on YouTube. You gotta look it up. AJ Styles versus Rhino, Elevation X, the most dangerous match in TNA history.
Basically, it is almost, it's the equivalent of the scaffolding match. The first person to fall off that X was the loser. And boy, when you I'm not gonna tell you how the fight went, but somebody paid the ultimate price for this one.
Oh yes. AJ Styles and Rhino, and that's what. And I told Bullock that when we saw that. I said, "Hey, Bullock, they have a history. AJ Styles and Rhino. Oh yeah, they have a history, man. I mean, Elevation X. I mean, in TNA. I mean, just when that was at it was Destination X 2007. That's when that match went down. So and it is up on YouTube. So I'll send Bullock the link to it so he can watch it, so he can know just firsthand how dangerous that match is. So Styles and Rhino, that's not the first time they've had any interaction. They know each other from their TNA days. That's all I can say on that. But anywho, fight of the night, and then you had that great backstage moment afterwards. Styles and Ambrose went at it. So what else is there for me to say except fight of the night? These guys touched on everything. 3.25 to 3.5 stars. Let's get to the overall review. And am I leading off on that?
Yes, you are. Go ahead, Florio. You lead off.
Not one of the better SmackDown Lives, if I'm being real honest. I also have, we have another panelist who joins us from time to time, the First Lady of the Wrestling Forum, the Twisted Angel, Dee Woodson. I had a brief chat with her during our technical glitch, and she wanted me to send in the following rating. At first, she gave it a 4 out of 10, but then she changed it to a 3 out of 10. She was not impressed with this show tonight. I got to be real honest. She would have been with us, but she she's dealing with an illness of some sort, and that's why Dee Woodson couldn't join us tonight. But she was not impressed with this show. I beg to differ, though. I think I'm going to give it a 50-50 rating. I think I'm going to give it like a 5 out of 10, if I'm ever real honest. Main event, far and away, the fight of the night, no doubt about it. And then Luke Harper and Kane, probably the second best fight, and then Miz and Corbin against Ziggler and Kalisto, rounding out the top 3. And then you had those, and then the other in-ring segments were very good. I just felt that this, it was not one of the better go-home shows, if I'm being real honest. And for the first time in a long time, I can honestly say Monday Night Raw was actually better than SmackDown Live. I mean, you've heard us for the last several months praise SmackDown Live as being so much better and so much more superior than Monday Night Raw. Well, for this weekend, who knows, maybe this week only, Monday Night Raw actually gets the Duke here. I mean, especially after that main event for the ages last night, and of course our ridiculously Raw broadcast, which, like I said, I couldn't be any more prouder of how that sucker went down. It's really all I can say on it. And one other quick liner note about the main event, if I may. Now that I found it here, I mean, it was a very entertaining match, like I said, and yes, that's really all I can say about it. I mean, it was an entertaining bout to close the show. So, I mean, the show closing brawl was expected, and the title match with Ambrose and Styles on Sunday should be very entertaining and should be the fight of the night. So, I'm giving it a 5 out of 10. So, Michael Bullock, your thoughts on this go home to TLC edition of SmackDown Live?
Yeah, I'm going to give it a 5 out of 10 as well. I mean, I know Dee Woodson said she didn't like this show, but it was 50-50. I mean, it's pretty much left to behold. So the main event was the fight of the night, the tag team #1 contenders match. Kane Luke Harper was the second best fight of the night, and some of the segments I did like as well, but yeah, for the first time in a while, Monday Night Raw was better than SmackDown Live. So, yeah, so 5 out of 10 for me. Fletch, I give it to you.
Yeah, I'll give it a 5 out of 10. I agree. It was a 50-50 show. But there was some good segments in the night, but it was just, sometimes the 2-hour format is great. This time around, it didn't wow us. And plus, there was some other stuff going on tonight that was pretty epic. So it looked like WWE just kind of phoned it in. But knowing SmackDown, they hardly ever do that. So I know they'll come ready on Sunday night when we do tables, ladders, and chairs. So we'll wait and see what happens there. That's it, guys. We're gonna wrap this thing up for the night. Remember, Thursday night is the season finale of the College Football Thursdays. We got a lot of games coming up, championship matches, and the whole 9 yards. Our final power poll. Then Friday, the NFL. Saturday, go to Anthony Floyo's, go to the Tone 25. He'll be hosting the preview show. Anthony will be hosting it. Then come back. Hopefully, we'll have everything straightened out for Sunday night on YouTube.com, and we'll do the recap Monday, Ridiculously Raw, hosted by Anthony Floyo, and then I'm back here 1 week from tonight for another edition of the Cerebral Smack Talk. So, for Anthony Floyo, for Michael Bullock, in spirit, Dee Woodson, and Derek Ferreira, I am Michael Fleccia. Thank you so much for watching this guy, Hugs and Pounds. We are out. Have a good night. So long for now.